And today's episode is entitled, Your Worth Ain't Your Value.
What is worth?
What is your value?
Let's find out.
Ooh.
This is the Hear Him Out Show, a show we created for men to be heard, where women are welcome to listen.
Yo, what's good, beautiful people? This is your boy Monty, aka Mr. Motivation.
And I am Shakim. Blessings.
And this is the Hear Him Out Show, a place for men to be heard, where women are welcome to listen.
And our aim is to speak truth, add value, and offer a perspective that has the opportunity to lead to growth and elevation.
But let's jump right into it. So we want to talk about worth and value. So often, people think worth and value are one and the same. And I'm going to say it's different. So if we were to separate it, Shakim, let's look at it like this, okay? Your worth is what you pay. Your value is what you get. Your worth is more transactional and your value is more relational. You know what I mean? So let's just say you go to a high-end restaurant. You're talking about Michelin-starred restaurant, right? We're talking about $500 for a 13-course meal. That's worth a lot. If all the little pieces is trash, what was the value? It ain't it, right? So when we talk about worth and value, let's take it to something a little more serious. Let's talk about men, fellas. Society says our worth is based off of what we provide and what we bring. It forgets that we have value independent of that, which is why you look at, generally speaking, you can get a beautiful woman. All she needs to do is bring herself to the table. All she needs to do is to bring herself to the relationship. And a dude would be like, you are enough. We not ugly. We some handsome brothers. Ladies out there, they be choosing, but we already chosen, right? But even us, we can't just come to the table and be like, I'm here. I'm enough. Because society has already said, we ain't enough. What else do we bring? What's our bank account looking like? What are our skill sets? What are our qualifications? We have all these things. And so it makes a lot of men feel like, damn, if I ain't got this certain amount of money, if I ain't driving this certain car, if I'm not doing X, Y, Z, if I ain't over 6 feet, my value is low because society says my worth is low. How you feel about that, G?
I think that's beautiful, man. I highly venerate the idea of value. I think that the value of you is intrinsically interwoven into the essence of your beingness. Ooh. And just by showing up as yourself, everything will take care of itself. For instance, I had a great experience one day of being able to be a fly on the wall of a girls' night.
Ooh, pray tell.
And my homegirl said, yeah, come on over, man. It's the last night here, but it's a girls' night, so just be prepared. I was like, yes, I'm prepared. I've been training for this since I was but a young lad. And I'm there. I'm just listening, having a good time. And my value said that on the way out the door, her trash was full. And in my upbringing, we take out the trash. A man takes out the trash. Now, the worth that I had to pay was years and years and years of taking out nasty-ass trash when I didn't want to. The value was, in my mind, I said, when I do this, I know that this is going to make them feel a certain way. And I'm going to just do it just to see what happens. And I'm on my way out the door. And the moment I kick that little thing, I say, and the trash opens and I pull it up, I hear all the girls go, oh, yeah. And Karen's looking at me like, oh, the bitches are gonna love this. I was like, yeah, well, the value is that, yes, I take care of things.
Which is funny, yo, which is funny. All right, yo, let's stay on that train of thought, right? So there's two things I feel about that, right? So unfortunately, and fellas, I'm gonna hold us accountable because that's what we do here, okay? We're not just here, we gotta hold ourselves accountable. There's been a lot of us men who have set the bar so damn low that simple things like taking out the damn trash receives an applause, right? I see it right now. Like I'm the morning person, so I take my twins out. I go for the walk and stuff. And so all the people at my favorite coffee shop, shout out to Neighborhood, off of La Brea, shout out. That's my favorite coffee shop. Ooh,
love Neighborhood.
Ooh, sorry, shameless plug. This is shit, right? Yeah. Anyways, I go there all the time. Half the people think I'm a single parent. Because I go there every morning. I spend a couple hours, I get out the house and that's all they see, right? And I get so many compliments, especially by women. Like, what? You let your lady sleep in? You walk the kids? You know how to change diapers? I'm like, of course I do. These are my kids. Why wouldn't I? And because so often even for me, it's rare to see dudes, especially twins. It's so rare to see dudes out there by themselves with their kids. I see it from time to time, and we got this shared glance like, I see you. Keep your head up, champ. You know what I mean?
The king nod.
The king nod, right? It's like, yeah, I see you. But I say to say this, a lot of us, what we want to do here is to raise the bar. To where when you see a dude out with his kids like he's supposed to, it's just a simple, yo, I appreciate you. Not no, oh my God, you're dad of the year. You know how many times I get called dad of the year? I'm like, no, I'm just doing my damn job. My man, take out the trash. You just doing what you were taught. I was taught that when I ride with my homegirl. You don't let a woman pump her own gas. And she's just like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that stuff. Now, on another note, real quick, side note. I know we might have some extremists, kind of, sort of feminists. Okay? Chivalry is not dead. Chivalry is not dead. Some of y'all just keep killing it. When a dude try to open the door, when he try to pump the gas, when he try to take the trash out, allow a man. That is our expression of respect and love and admiration. That's going to be a whole nother episode because we got to get into that because anyways, but we're going to keep it moving. But when we talk about worth and value, so often the value, the other women look at you and like, wow, that's such a good dude. He would have, if he can take out the trash, I'm sure he does X, Y, Z. So that's why the value is high. But if you look at the worth, society is like, okay, but do you own that house you took that out of? Or if you don't, oh, it's not enough, right? I was watching a video and I forgot the sister's name, but she was asked, would you date a bus driver? 80 G's a year, nice job. He's a good dude. He takes care of all your needs. But she's like, no, because I'd make more than him. Even a lot of women have been conditioned and have been made to believe that, like, if you're not bringing a certain amount of money to the table, then your value is little to none because I'm seeing your worth. Which is this. Let me say this, okay? When we talk about figures of how much money is being made and how that equates to a man's worth and his perceived value, first off, let's break down value real quick. Your value is determined by your actions, how you treat you, how you treat other people, and how you let other people treat you. My value is this. My value is the way in which I live my life, the way in which you live your life.
Yes.
Your value is the way in which those you love experience you. You can make $1 million a year, and that is dope. Society says you are a high value man. Your worth is up there. But then if you aren't there for your family, if you treat your wife like shit, if you neglect your kids, your worth is high, but your value is slim to none.
Hey.
So we got to separate this value to worth. And when we talk about the equating money to value and worth for a lot of men, which I'm not saying, yo, fellas, get your money up, okay? I understand if you're trying to have a family, you got to have money. We can't be broke out there. But our value is more intrinsically tied to something deeper. Yeah. So when ladies, hear me out. When you say a man needs to make a certain amount of money, does he need to make that certain amount of money in order for you to be in his life? Or maybe if you rephrase it to, I need a man who can help me create and partner with me in the lifestyle I seek and I desire. And because of that, I need this much money. So often we get caught up in a number for the sake of the damn number. Some people don't need that lifestyle. I tell my lady right now, we got to be a millionaire. She's, no, we don't. I don't need to be a millionaire. If your ass want to live in LA and own a property, we need to be a millionaire. So that's the lifestyle we got to have. But back when I was living in Phoenix, Arizona, you can make less than 6 figures and support a family, have a big ass house, drive the fancy car and everything. So when we talk about equating a man's worth and value to a certain number, let's get out of that. I think that's very childish, right? So we talk about dudes being the man child, women, some of y'all infantile, right? Yeah. So we got to get out of that. When you think about a man and you want a man to bring certain amount of money to the table, make sure you're not talking about the number, but it's like, I have this idea, I have a vision for my life, for my family. And I want not just a provider. Ooh, it's a word. We're going to take it from not just a provider, which is what men are supposed to do, but a partner. Can you partner with me in creating this lifestyle for us that's going to lead to happiness and fulfillment? Not just, oh, you're a millionaire. Okay, but you're unhappy as hell.
Yes.
What does that million do? Money is a tool. So I just feel like we got to say that because so many dudes feel like their value is low because they're not making a certain amount of money. And I think that's bullshit. That's a part of it. It's important for a certain lifestyle, but that can't be the most important part of it.
Yeah, I believe that's extremely important because I personally believe that it's the masculine essence, whether in male or female, it's the masculine essence that propagates these value structures through the lineage. So when the children come, yes, you can pass down a house. Yes, you can pass down a car. Yes, you can pass down a business. But are you passing down a value structure? Are you passing down pulling out a chair for a young lady? Are you passing down treat others how you like to be treated? That's a value structure. That's not a word. So when you ask a woman who she's dating, when girlfriends ask a woman who she's dating, some of the first questions they ask is, what does he do?
What does he do? Not who he is.
Yeah, not who he is.
What does he do?
Yeah. And when you ask a man who he's dating and say, who is she? Let me see. What's she like? What's she?
And, no truer words have ever been spoken, family. It is. I've never had my dudes like, I'm talking to this chick. What does she do for a living, bro?
How much does she make?
How much does she? We don't think like that. We like, let me see her.
With her net worth.
That's like that might be like question number 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
First off, let's keep it 100. Can we keep it 100? It's like, what is she? Oh, damn, she's bad. Does she have friends? That's probably. That's typically the second question.
You know why? Because if I'm dating somebody and you approve of my value structure, then you know that I'm going to date a woman who probably has a value structure harmonic with mine, and she probably has a friend whose value structure is harmonic with hers. And then you say, let me get on that value structure boat because there's some crazy women out here. So men a lot of times are interested in the intrinsic value of a woman. The things that she brings to the table, I don't know what the propagation of the conversation is in regards to men needing things from women. But coming from 2 men sitting here on this couch, there's not many things we need a woman to give to a space.
Right.
So I don't know what that is, but y'all can just throw that to the side for a second. A lot of times we're interested in who the woman is and what role she's going to play in the children's life that we're going to bring forward.
Facts.
And unfortunately, it's not always reciprocated. So I would say to our kings, to analyze when you are in this situation, when you are dating, when you're looking for a woman, to analyze how she views your value structure. Because I went through a breakup one time, and in my breakup, I realized the biggest problem was that my value wasn't being appreciated. That she was looking at me as a expendable thing that she could either do with or do without. And for men, that's tricky because our values are what we're propagating down to our kids.
Right.
That's what we're bringing forward. The biggest thing that we're looking forward to is to be able to see our boy hit a home run and say, man, I taught my boy that, or to see him throw that spiral, or to see him get married at an altar and say, man, like that's my boy, you know?
Right.
So we're interested in propagating a healthy value structure. And of course we want to pass down things, but things, you can't take things with you. I kept hearing that yesterday. It was a marvelous thing that an elder kept saying. I can't take any of this stuff with me. I can't take any of this stuff with me. The main thing is to see my kids happy. I kept hearing this king say that.
Right.
Main thing is to see my kids happy. So that's for us. That's the thing. And when it's not reciprocated, things are imbalanced. So I would just say that it's important to consider that worth is something required in the 3D world, especially if you're living in LA. Because if I'm not mistaken, I bought some lunch the other day and it was about $25 just for myself. So of course we need worth.
Breakfast burritos are going at $18 a pop.
It's just potatoes and eggs.
It's just potatoes and eggs, and maybe I add some damn avocado. Why is avocado $4? But that's neither here nor there.
Why is avocado extra? We're in California.
Right. Shit. But that is just 2 cents. And it comes from anyways. But no, but for real, what we want to say real quick, we just want to clear the air, okay? Hear me out on this. We are not saying that money is not important, but what we're saying is we look at worth. Worth is very eccentric. It's outwardly, it's how it's perceived, it's what we bring, it's what we provide. Value is very intrinsic. And when you focus so much on, right, fellas, and this is something we got to stop doing. We focus so much on attainment, on success, on achievement. And then we get there, and then we forget all the shit. We need to build from the bottom up.
We focus on the worth and then forgot about the value. That's a boy.
Oh, hold up, pause.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Yeah.
Say that again.
We focus on the worth and we forget about the value. We fall into the trap too, man. It's a trap. From Chop Wood and Carry Water, he said, don't fall into the traps, man. That's a trap. But a lot of times we fall into those traps trying to please a woman. So kings, we got to take our value structure and put it at the top of the hierarchy, because if you had to do without one, that's how I always ask myself. I contrast things by saying, if I had to do without one, which one would be expendable? I would never sacrifice my values. The things my mother taught me growing up, my dad was in jail for a little bit of time, and so because of that, his essence was extracted from our immediate life for a certain amount of time.
Right.
And she said her main focus was creating good humans, not good men, not good women, good humans. And so she instilled in us a value structure that I can take with me no matter how much money I have, no matter what country I'm living in, no matter what. I can create children who will be good people in the world. Now, however much money they have along with that is going to be great, and I plan on having a lot of money along with that. But we got to know which one is higher on the hierarchy scale.
It's very simple, y'all. We fellas, we fall into this trap of building from the outside in. We got to build from the inside out.
Wait, I gotta rewind that for you, my brother. Hey, my brother out on the rewind. That's
we keep building from the outside in. We keep saying, I'm gonna get this job, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna get this car, I'm gonna create this lifestyle, and that's gonna attract what everything else I need. And you see so many people suffering. You see so many people unhappy when they get to the top of that mountain because they left their values at the bottom. You got to start from the inside out, and I can tell y'all this, y'all. Fellas, embrace the struggle. Embrace the struggle. Where you're at, where you're grinding. Now, a lot of my dudes, we all artists, we all creative, so it's just like you got to get it from the mud. We chose a hard ass life. I mean, we're creating this podcast right now in hopes that it can provide for our families one day, right? We're not there yet, but sponsors, holla at your boys. But we gonna claim it. But you got to build from the inside out. The reason why we tapping into this, and we'll get into this in another episode, is our value systems are very much in alignment with each other. I can say I just had a birthday party for my twins, right? They just turned 1, and I had such a dope community of people, and a lot of people didn't know each other. And the thing that everybody kept saying was, you got some really cool ass friends. All my friends kept saying, you got some really cool ass friends. Yo, I like them. Because my value system is, I value honesty. I value generous and genuine ass people. Living in LA, you see a lot of fake and flaky people. I value that. So the people I surround myself have those same values. So let's start with the values, fellas. Now, I'm not saying the money and securing a bag is not important. It is so important, but it is not the most important. Because when you secure the bag and you get to the top of the mountain and you have no values, the shit's gonna be empty. I can say this right now. I'm gonna put my business out there real quick, okay? And this is no cap. I'm just keeping it real. I'm an actor. I'm blessed to be working. I just made a lot of money. I made a lot. Let's just say I make the kind of money most people take 2 years to make in like a month. And I'm grateful for that because my family's good. But we had this conversation. That's not what got me hype. What got me hype was the work I put in.
Yes.
The way I showed up off stage, on stage, in front of camera as myself. That's what I was excited about. I was like, yo, I felt like I improved as an actor. I felt like I did my most honest work because that's what I value more. The money is a means to an end.
Yes.
That's to make sure the fam is good. But what I took away from that experience is I can't wait to watch this to see my growth. So you have to start from the inside out. What is your value? And that will lead into your worth.
Oh, brother, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. Nietzsche has this idea of a Superman. And I just want to implement this into this episode. Let's get it. Maybe it is possible to structure your value so well that your value ends up creating your worth. So maybe we consider that. Now, I went a little too far.
Right.
That way, because I was practicing Zen meditation while living in my car, building my value structure.
Right.
And we're not saying to go that far.
Right.
Unfortunately, I went too far, and I can hopefully stop a lot of people from having to not experience that imbalance. So maybe it's something that you can build simultaneously, but never ever neglect your value structure trying to keep up with the world, man, because the world will get rid of you just as fast as they celebrate you, but they can't get rid of your value. Your value is something that is inextricable.
Yeah, and just simple. Before we get into the segment of the day, it's gonna be an unpopular opinion. You know, it's like, show me who your friends are and I'll show you who you are. Show me what your values are and I'll show you who you are. Show me what you value. And I can instantly, I ain't gonna say instantly, but for the most part, I can take a very educated guess on what you lack or what's important to you, right? If you value money, if you value obtainment, if you value XYZ, I'm like, okay, I don't know where loyalty is at on your list. I don't know where friendship is at on your list. It's what you just said is so true. Your values will create that life and it determines your worth. My value doing honest, real work and serving the project, it showed my worth. I'm getting paid more than I got paid as an actor because I stopped making it about, oh, I want to look a certain way. No, it's like, oh, I want to serve this project. There's so many people who wrote this script, who behind the camera, the grips, the lights. There's so many people that go in and making sure my performance looks well. And here's well, I'm here to serve that, not my damn self. And because my values with that, I get brought back to other shows and it opens up more doors because my value is in alignment and therefore it exceeds my worth oftentimes.
Man, so can I say that maybe for our kings, a great way to start structuring your value is to consider what it is that the greater project needs.
Ooh.
Maybe there's something that you could be contributing. Oh, man, wait. Whitman said something beautiful. He said
Walt Whitman?
Walt Whitman. This is my boy. He said, "Oh me, oh life. Of the questions of these reoccurring, what good amid these, oh me, oh life? Answer that you are here, that life exists in identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. That the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse." So maybe starting your value structure is considering what verse you can contribute. And I promise you, when your verse is well structured, people will pay you worth that is incalculable.
Yeah.
It'll be something that you wouldn't have even been able to chase before, man. So value structure is big, and I'm grateful that my boy came up with this idea for this episode because I had to contemplate that word for about 2 years. And so and now I'm starting to realize why. It's because there's something in a man, in its essence, in its beingness, that is intrinsically valuable to the world and required for the growth of the world.
Facts.
And the only way we're going to be able to provide it is if we stop trying to chase it through the worth route and we chase it through the value route. So, man, I just got to thank you for coming up with that idea.
Yeah, no
man.
doubt. And we're going to wrap this up. I just want to use this example as wrapping up. We normally have a segment of the day, right? So this segment of the day, this is coming off the dome because you just said something. Environment. Mind your environment. And I say this to say this, right? So I was going on Instagram and somebody posted this video and it had the world's most famous, most popular, best violinist in the entire world was playing in the New York subway for about 45 minutes. And I think maybe 5 to 6 people, and hundreds are going by, 5 or 6 people stopped to listen. Everybody else kept going, kept ignoring. This man is the best in the world at what he does. The night before being in that New York subway, he sold out Carnegie Hall. He sold out hundreds to thousands of dollars per seat, the best in the world. So when we talk about worth and value, sometimes it's just the environment. Sometimes, everybody was so caught up in their own shit, they couldn't see the value of the best person in the world at this thing that he does. But those who can are willing to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to hear this man play for 45 minutes. So sometimes it's not that your value's low, it's not that you're worth, it's you're in the wrong environment. So if you can't change the people around you, change the people around you. Change the damn environment. So I think we're gonna end it on that, G.
Yes, we must.
All right.
Thank you, Ashay.
All right, so before we go, we like to do a little something here at the Hear 'Em Out Show. We like to clear the space. We like to leave you, the listener, the viewer, in a better space than you were when you came to us. We like to leave the physical space in that exact same way. So Shakim, how we gonna do that today?
I'm not the best violinist in the world, but I did bring my little flute, so we're gonna play this flute, man.
Let's get it. Ashay. Yo, I hope y'all rock with that episode. We want y'all to leave a comment. I will make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Instagram, as well as the TikTok Hear Him Out Show. Value and worth. One thing we forgot to say in it, and it's just a quick reminder, is it's all determined by you. You literally determine your value, but it's not by words. It's not by posting these memes. It's not by saying it. It's about your actions, how you treat you, how you treat other people, and how you allow other people to treat you. So once again, this has been the Hear 'Em Out Show, a place for men to be heard where women are welcome to listen.
And our aim is to speak truth, add value, and offer a perspective that has the opportunity to lead to growth and elevation.
Ashe. Peace.